Hello guys and welcome back to our alternate universe mode here in WWE 2K19. It's good to be back off the back of what was a special edition of this weekly show. If you didn't see that, it was just last week, so it'll be the last episode. It is up on the channel now. What a night that was. Tonight is no smaller than that. In fact, in certain ways it may even be bigger, because we are announcing tonight a new general manager. But at the moment we've got Spike Jackson into the ring, and let's see what he's got to say. So first things first, as you can see, I am back. It is great to be back, and the first thing that I want to address here, why I've got this time to talk, is indeed my brother. We all heard the promo, we all heard that he feels bad and regretful for what he has done. I just want to bring you all up to speed with that. We have spoken away from TV cameras. We know where we stand with one another now. I want to say that. He has absolutely nothing to apologise for. Of course, I didn't want to get injured. Of course, nobody wants to get injured and have to stop what it is that they love doing, but this has turned out to be a blessing in disguise, and let me tell you why. Age in our universe, and the first question that's asked is, as GM, how do you make an immediate impact? I can't make matches at the moment because, of course, as we know, we're in our tournament and that's the framework that I've inherited. Can't do anything about that, so I really only get to make one match a week. So it's not going to be through matchmaking that I can make a statement, an impact, or anything like that. So with all this, I've knew about it for a couple of weeks. I've not been able to say anything. I knew when I come back I was going to be GM. So one moment that has already happened under my reign, if you want to say that, it was obviously behind the scenes, is that I am now working directly with my brother. I told you we spoke on the phone, off the cameras. I'm now working directly with Alex Charming. So yes, I am the reason that he attacked Stud Rivers after Stud's match last week, and that's nothing personal against Stud. I just see so much potential in Alex Charming. It's about time he stepped out of everyone's shadow and started to live up to that blueprint moniker that he has got. And as well as Alex Charming, of course, there is my own son Prince and my brother's son Lightning. They're also into the fold. We are the biggest brand in our universe, in our industry. And well, that being said, I want to introduce you right now to the industry. This is how you make an impact. We are now the most powerful group in this industry. And yes, you can see tag titles in the background now. and that is because my impact, part of what I want to do here instantly, is bring some gold to this universe of ours. We've got the championship. I can't do anything about that right now, so I've decided that we are gonna have some tag team championships here. See, this tournament, like I said, I inherited that framework. There is nothing that I can do about it directly. It is what it is. So we don't want to do another tournament here. So I thought, what better to do than to bring in some gold and just elect a deserving group, a deserving team to be our first champions. And well, here they are. Prince Jackson and Lightning Jackson. I mean, it does make perfect sense, does it not? They're young, they're hungry, they can lead this division to great things for so many years to come. And of course, it's within the industry. So, that's one decision made. I've addressed my brother so far, I've addressed the new gold, the first gold we have actually seen in our universe mode, our first ever tag team champions. I mean, this is making an impact, right? And if that's not enough for you, I've announced and shown you that we now have the most powerful group in this industry as well. But if you thought that was it and you thought that I was done, I'm not done yet. I have one more announcement to make, and that is about this championship tournament that I've been talking about and mentioning since I came out here. It is a great idea from Bailey, don't get me wrong. I mean, he has done a really good job since he's been here. I'm just going to do better. But as for an example of what he's done for you guys, did you not see last week's match? The last man standing match? It was brutal, it was violent. It was one of the best matches we have had here in this universe. And if you don't believe me, well, just take a look at some of these clips. And if you didn't see that match, it is up on the channel now, and you're more than welcome to go and watch back and see just how brutal that match was. So yeah, Bailey, he's done a good job. But matches like this come around because neither of these two wrestlers are in the tournament, so bad blood has brewed between them, and they've been allowed to go ahead and do something about it. So with that in mind, there's other things brewing here in this company at the moment, but nothing can be done about it, and it is such a shame. So what I'm deciding to do for my last part of this announcement is I'm going to cut this championship tournament that we've got going on right now. I'm going to cut it in half, and by doing so, that means that it is almost over. We can almost move to the knockout phases of this tournament, and with that, well, we can start seeing more of that last man standing kind of stuff. We'll actually have a champion crowned, and we can begin to really move forward with this universe, which is just exactly what I want. I'm sure it's what you guys want too. It was something I've given great consideration to since I found out I was going to be taking over as GM, and overall I think for this company, for this brand, for this universe, it is the best thing that I can do. So there's a lot to unpack there was a lot to digest. I know we've been talking for a little minute here, much more than we usually do, but I think I've got everything off my chest that I need to get off right now. And with that being said, I think it is time for us to jump into the action. I want you to know that right now, these matches, none of them, including the one that's outside the tournament, are ones that I've made. We've got another few weeks of Bailey's matches before I can take over yet. But that has been me. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your attention. If you like the sound of what's going on here right now and the changes that we're making, please let us know by using the like button, the subscribe button, comment down below, and also in the comments box, use that for ideas that you might have that you would want to see put into action here in this universe. Not saying that we'll use them all, but we'll definitely take some into consideration, look at them, and if we like the look of them, we will use them. If not, then we won't. But that's been enough from me. Enjoy the rest of the night, guys, and let's get on with the show. Starting with the match card, guys, it is good to be back. That was a huge announcement from our new general manager, as it turns out. Didn't see that one coming. But anyways, the match card is also going to be the results card here in tonight's episode, because for whatever reason the results card just it won't work. So I recorded it, but unfortunately I can't use it. So Cannon Diamond versus Stud Rivers is how we was going to kick this show off. Well, how we did kick it off. And Cannon Diamond getting a surprise win, I would say, over Stud at the moment. Cannon was going into this one with huge momentum actually behind Cornerstone. Stud, of course, a couple of weeks ago got absolutely just battered by Alex Charmin after a big match, and he was nowhere near 100% going into this one. So that, plus the fact that the momentum that Cornerstone had, was enough for Cannon to pick up the win. Prince Jackson next against RK Ortiz. Let me just give you a minute to see who you think won this one. Of course, it was Prince. RK Ortiz. He got that win when he was on camera. We thought he might build from there, but again, it's gone back the other way, unfortunately for him. This time he was very, very unlucky. You can see there that not only really, if we're being honest about it, was he against Prince Jackson, but he was also against Spike, Alpha and Alex Charmin as well. Huge involvement from them in this one. Of course, Prince, as we now know, is one half of the tag team champions here in Universe. But yeah, he managed to get the win in that one, so unlucky for RK Ortiz. What a bad time to get anyone from, I suppose, the industry as we now know them. But next up, it would be Damien Zachary against Hunter King. That match is one that we're going to be watching, so I won't obviously give away any of the result in that one, and also, as I usually say in them instances, we will talk more on that match as it starts unfolding. So with that one being bypassed, we move straight to Lightning Jackson against Triple H here. Hamilton, well, you know that he weren't going to win this one. It was absolutely more of the same from the industry. The GM wasn't out in this one, but still, we got Prince, we got Alex Charmin, and we've got Alpha Jackson outside the ring. So there was really no chance for Hamilton against the industry. Of course, Lightning, the other half of our brand new tag champions here in Universe. But yeah, that was that one. Pretty much exactly what Ortiz went through. Interference, referee distractions, you name it. It was just too much for Hamilton, who I don't actually think has got off the mark here in our universe at the moment. So again, a bad time to be catching anyone from the industry. Of course, that one's nothing to do with the championship, so as much as it'll hurt to have another loss for Hamilton, it could have been worse for him, I guess. And then in our main event tonight, we have got Jordan Smith versus Max Rooten. The Viking Warrior is going to be very, very keen to avenge his loss last time out, you've got to imagine. But again, we won't talk too much on that one because we're going to be watching it. So that is tonight's card. Also tonight's results. It has been a really messed up episode today. I'm sorry about that. But I hope you're enjoying it all the same. Let's get into the ring action. Starting, of course, with Damien Zachary coming out here. He's going to be going up against... Sorry, if I can get my words out tonight, guys. Still really suffering with the throat at the moment. Against Hunter King, who was, and still is, I suppose, one of the front runners in our tournament at the moment. But how much more intense is this tournament now going to be, after the announcement from our new GM earlier, that there is no second chances now for these wrestlers. I'm trying to think of how to put it here. They may have lost one match against someone thinking, well, I've got to pick up the win in the return match, I've got to pick up the win next time I fight this guy, but that is no longer an option now. It is, you got to win or you're done, basically. And I think it's just really upped the intensity in these matches now. The urgency, you would imagine, is going to be more as time's running out in the tournament now. If you want to be the first ever champion in this universe, then you've got to go out there and you've now got to literally win week in and week out. And Zachary, for the most part, I think he's kind of done that, hasn't he? He's had a couple of big matches. My mind goes back to the one against HBK where they were fighting for the dominance of the dark side here, if you like, in our universe. Of course, Zachary come out winner in that one, but more recently it's definitely Hayabusa Kang that has been doing the better job. By no means has Zachary fell off altogether. He's just not being as prominent or as consistent as he once was. He's going to have to put that right tonight, and that is not going to be easy because he's going against Hunter King, who for the first part of this tournament was definitely one of the favourites. And I could be wrong about this, but the change in the rules now in this tournament, I think with how he's able to control his emotions and his thoughts and how spiritual Hunter is, that he could quite easily just refocus his head very quickly and start really pushing on once again in this tournament. I mean, by no means has he been a slouch. He probably still is one of the favourites, but since he lost that one match to the Viking Warrior, he's gone from winning to winning, losing, winning, losing. He's just got to put that consistency back there, but I feel like if there's anyone who can, it is him. And even though he's against Zachary tonight, I would still make him the slight favourite, it has to be said. I don't know if Hunter himself really counts as part of the dark side here in this universe. He's definitely one of the darker characters, but I wouldn't say that he's on the level of HBK or Zachary, who's in the ring at the moment. He really, for me, toes the line between the two. I think, like, we know he is spiritual and things like that, but I think he's a good guy, but he's also comfortable with his dark side. He embraces them both equally, is the feeling that I get from him. He's quite uncaring, at least on the surface. We don't really know what goes on underneath that, but what we do know is what goes on in the ring, where he has been very, very impressive, and he's going to have to continue to do that and be that way in this match. But we're not going to have to wait much longer for it now. We're pretty much there, really. So yeah, looking forward to this one. I mean, I did just make Hunter the favourite slightly, but it is very slightly. I can't call this one, and these are the kind of matches that I like. So let's get into it and find out who it is that is actually gonna pick up the win. They're both quite durable, these two. We've seen both of them in some wars. Aggressive start there from Hunter. That's definitely something that he's going to need to be doing. Also, look at the aggression out of Zachary. You can see when they were standing there that Hunter's slightly bigger, but it's not a huge difference in this match. I think they're as strong as each other. I think they're as quick as each other. They're as durable as each other. And both of them really mentally, I would put them equals there as well, to be honest. So yeah, I just can't call this one, but definitely it is a big one now. Especially, everyone's kind of really got a clean slate if you think about it now with what's going on here. The new GM, people going to be trying to really up their game, you would imagine, and make sure that they're getting exposure getting their matches watched and things like that. It's always, for a few weeks at least, everyone's always going to put in that extra 10-15% to impress the new boss. The way the things have turned here very quickly in this universe with our new GM though, I'm not sure he's that kind of boss. If you can hear the fireworks outside, sorry, I apologise about that. But yeah, I don't see from his first interview that he's going to be an impartial new boss. I don't get that from him. Definitely, he's picked his top guys, it seems, and put them all in one big group. He's definitely going to be looking out for his family. I'm not too sure how that Alex Charming fits into that. We're just going to have to see how that unfolds. But still, he's got to make matches here. He has to get ratings as well, of course. So in that respect, you're still going to want to be impressing him. I mean, when the tournament's finished, which is not too far away now, there is spots on this card to be fought for. So yeah, everyone has got an equal opportunity then to up their game. And of course, we are literally just a number of weeks away now from getting into the knockout part of this tournament, as King goes for the win here. It's too early in this one just yet. But yeah, the champion will very soon be crowned. We're just a number of weeks away. That was a bit of a brutal move there from Hunter King, putting in the shoulder, that big boulder shoulder into the back there of Damien Zachary. I'm not sure at the moment with our resident vampire what's actually going on. He looked really, really hot for a few weeks, but again, that inconsistency has creeped in. And at the moment, you would say, even though when they were in direct competition that Zachary won that match, for me personally, I think that HBK has learned a lot more from that. And Kangna, of course, he's on a real tear at the moment, and he's definitely the number one guy from the dark side, if you want to call it that, of this universe at the moment. So Zachary's got some work to do there if he wants to keep that place. And of course, I don't think he'll be fully... Oh, hold on a minute. Are we going to see it? We are indeed. The kiss of death from Zachary, just as I was talking about him having to pick things up. He must have heard me. King's in a bit of trouble here now. It's 1, it's 2, and it's... No, it's not 3. I did say both of these were durable, and King there, sorry, has just shown exactly what I was talking about. He has kicked out of Zachary's kiss of death, and he's still, he's fighting now. He's just hanging in there at the minute. It's a big moment in this match, going for the cover himself now, maybe out of desperation. It is just a 1 count, and that has got to be a bit concerning for King at the moment. I don't really know where your tactics go in this match. Like I said, they are so evenly matched. I think it is whoever is just the better on the night in this one. There is no big strategy thing, because they're just so, like I said, evenly matched. But Zachary there, inadvertently, at least I think it was, has just took out the referee. So as King's building some momentum in this match, there is just he can't go for the pin right now with the ref being down. Maybe that's played a part in them going outside here. Zachary's having none of that, brings King back in, and just as they enter the ring, the ref starts stirring, and he's back in this one now. Big, massive clothesline there from Damien Zachary, who he's took control of this match for sure. King's not been right since that kiss of death, which you would, and just as I say that once again, reverses and tries to get back in control. Again guys, sorry about the coughing. I'm really just going through it, trying to get these videos out at the moment. It is difficult, but it is again something I very much enjoy. And again, I hope that comes across. It probably does even less at the moment than it normally would, but I am trying right now. And so is Zachary, as he just launches and drops down King there, and he's again in control of this match. Steps into a neck crank there, and King's finding himself in all kinds of trouble. But we have seen him here in the past and his durability has won the match out for him. We'll see if that happens again. But Zachary, out of nowhere, it's the second kiss of death, and I think that that's going to be it for King this time. Surely he's not going to be able to kick out of that again. It's a 1 count, it's a 2 count, and it is the 3 this time. And Zachary picks up a huge win in this championship tournament, especially with things now coming towards the end. That is a massive, massive win for him. And we will get the graphic. It'll probably be next week now. Now we've got our new GM in place to show you where everyone is at the moment in the tournament standings. But that is a big win for for Zachary there. Absolutely huge. And it has to be said, even though Hunter King has been a little bit up and down lately, it is still a surprising result when this man loses. But Zachary looked really, really impressive tonight. Fully deserved that win. There was no luck involved, no outside interference, no weapons, no nothing. Just a clean, straight up win from Zachary. I was talking about Kang earlier, and Zachary responds straight away as he even moves towards King there. King rolls out of the ring. And yeah, congratulations to Damien Zachary, who moves 1 step closer to the knockouts potentially in this tournament. And we've seen HBK doing that a lot lately, but Zachary there on his knees saying thank you to whoever it is that this vampire prays to. Now guys, before we move into our main event, it is a screenshot because of a last minute decision by myself. My throat is absolutely killing me now, so this was going to be a segment between these two going back and forth. Basically what happened was Buster came out to the ring first, started gloating about the fact that his client, the franchise, won that last man standing match last week, was throwing a few shots at Henry Bobby, as you would expect from Buster. And then unexpectedly George comes out to the ring. Obviously unfinished business for him with Buster and the franchise. And in a nutshell, he has let Dixon Armstrong, he has told Buster basically to make sure that the franchise stays 100% after this tournament's finished, because Dixon Armstrong, in George Blake's words, is going to rip the franchise apart. So we'll wait and we'll see after the tournament if that comes true, how it develops. But for now, let's jump into this main event. And again guys, I hope you can appreciate that I don't want to do this like this, but I also don't want to not put a video up. And it's not just for you, it's for me as well. I have so much fun doing these, but when I do them, I want to do them properly. But at the moment, I've waited and waited, and whatever this virus, this bug thing is that I have right now, it just does not seem to be going away. So I don't want to wait any longer. I want to keep bringing you guys the content. But with that being said, let's now jump into our main event of the evening. Jordan Smith versus the Viking Warrior, Max Rooten. So coming to the ring first, we have the Smiths coming out together once again. It is nice to see them back together on the same page. That match that they had against each other, if there were issues, it seems to have done wonders in bringing these two back together. I'm sure at the moment that they're both quite buoyed and annoyed by the fact that we now have tag team championships here in this universe of ours. Of course, with these being the first official tag team here, I'm pretty sure that they're annoyed that they haven't been given the initial title run. But at least they can now look to the end of this tournament and yeah, get them tag belts for themselves. But they cannot look past what is, well, Jordan can't, what is coming for him tonight, because here he is now, Destruction himself, the Viking Warrior, the Savage, Maximus Rooten. And as if it weren't bad enough, that you've got to get in the ring with him tonight. You've now got to get in the ring with a man who was seemingly invincible here in our universe, but he's been beaten. So now the most savage guy on the roster has something to prove tonight. He's not going to want to go onto a losing run, so you're going to have probably the most fired up that he has been Viking Warrior here in our universe mode, standing across the ring from you. It's not a position that I'd want to be in, that is for sure, and that is the reason why Jordan cannot be looking any further than tonight. He just has to get through this match, and hopefully for him he can get through it in one piece, but that is not going to be a given the mood that the Viking Warrior is in tonight. You talk about strategies and how Jordan can win this match. Honestly, I'm not sure. That little thing there, that little handshake, for me, that is unexpected, very, very unexpected. And for some reason Tyson was standing in the corner of the Viking Warrior there. That's interesting. But yeah, aggressive start as we thought. Again, ways that Jordan Smith can win this match, I am not exactly sure. The Viking, well, I would say, you look at the condition of them both, and in physical appearance you would say that Jordan looks a little bit more muscular than the Viking. As we go for an early cover here, that's actually pretty good strategy, but it was never going to get the decision. Yeah, he looks a little bit stronger, does Jordan, but I would say that's probably not the case. I'd also say that the Viking's quicker than him, more aggressive than him, probably this week especially more focused than him, and I don't mean that as a disrespect to Jordan. I just think that having lost shockingly last week, that will definitely refocus, if there was any lost focus in the mind of the Warrior. Yeah, I would say he's quicker, stronger, younger, more focused, and he's always been a singles competitor as well. That advantage probably has eroded a little bit by now, the singles competitor bit, but it's no secret that the Smith twins definitely are still wanting to be a tag team here in our universe, and especially now that there's tag gold to go for as well. But for tonight, you guys might have it different. If you do, let me know in the comments box, but I just can't see past the Viking tonight. I really can't. Big DDT there though from Jordan. He's in control of this one at the moment just now, and it's a big but. We know that the more of a fight that he gets in, the more that Maximus Rooten likes that. So even now, while you're in control, all you're actually doing is giving him what he wants, which is a big fight, win or lose. I think it shocked me a little bit, that handshake at the beginning of the match. I didn't see that coming, but that was leading to something. But God, my head's a mess right now. Yeah, the fact that he did that, it might just be that he's hoping for another big fight tonight, win or lose. As long as he gets a fight, a good fight, he's happy. And that was the first edition really of the Viking Warrior that we saw before he aligned himself with Stephen York. It was always back and forth big fights. So my mind goes all the way back to the beginning, as it's just a one count now, to the fight that he had with Dixon Armstrong of all people. Dixon really took it to the Viking, and he really enjoyed that match, as he misses his blood kick there. And there's another couple after that as well, where he had to go into the deep water, but he really enjoyed that sort of fight. But since I'm not thinking that he's going to tap for 1 second there. Since aligning himself with Stephen York, he's been a lot more focused on just getting the win. But HBK gave him a hell of a scrap last week, and he's come out here looking a little bit more happier, like again, going back to the handshake before the match. But that is a brutal sunset flip bomb there from the inside of the ring to the floor on the outside. And even though Jordan was in control, there's no way that he is now after that. Not too sure what Rooten is doing there at the moment. He's back in the ring now though. Gets that front face lock. Jordan finds his way out of that. And he's giving a good accounting of himself here at the moment. Jordan using that strength that I was talking about earlier. Even though he's not as strong as the Viking, he's definitely more than strong enough. Oh, flatliner. I would be going for a cover here, but he's not going to. He's looking for a big move here to maybe finish off the Viking again. Hits the spear there. And Rooten's shoulders are out for the count here. 1-2, and no way. I thought he was going to lose his second match in a row there. That would have been an absolute disaster for him. And I think he knows that as well. You do not want to start picking up losing momentum here in this universe, because that is big. And at the moment Jordan is really feeling himself, and he's closing in on a win. He must feel that too. Big DDT there onto the Viking, and again he doesn't go for the pin. He's really looking to make sure, but this time he can't hit the DDT. Rooten gets out of it. I think he was going to go for the blood kick there, but smart move from Jordan Smith, rolling, not running, to the outside of the ring. Gets a spear for his troubles there himself. Stephen York now feels that the Viking is turning the tide of this match back into his own favour. Picks up Smith and then leaves him there. Not sure what Max is doing here just now. I'm really not sure what he was thinking there. Maybe he didn't want Stephen York to interfere for him there. And you've got to wonder, since Johnny Justice has joined this group, Max Rooten has kind of not been the same. I'm not sure what's actually going on behind the scenes with these three, but it just seemed to me there that Max could have took full advantage of the interference by Stephen York. He's chose not to, and if you're looking down at the bottom of the screen there, York's got his head in his one hand and he's wondering himself what the Viking's doing here at the moment. Is there a little bit of dissension here going on with these? Is Max not happy? Maybe that Stephen York's full attention is not on his career now and he's trying to build up Johnny Justice as well. Questions to be asked there, because they just don't seem to be on the same page right now. And still, as I say, that out of nowhere there, the big kick, and of course Rooten's going to try and put this one away. It's 1, it's 2, and it's not 3. This time it's Jordan getting the shoulder up after the big move. But you see Justice there just learning from the Viking Warrior, but still Stephen York does not look as happy as you would normally see him with the performance of the Viking at the moment. But big clotheslines there are starting to turn the tide of this match now, and Rooten starting to build a head of steam. As I say that, Jordan kicks out the knee and clotheslines Rooten straight over the top rope there and catches himself a breather again. Smart wrestling there from Jordan Smith, and he's going to need that. Maybe that's the way that he wins tonight. He has to outthink the Viking, and if he's picked up on what we think might be going on here, the dissension in this little group between Justice, Rooten and York, maybe that will give him that extra little bit of confidence that yes, I can do something here against the Viking tonight. But at the moment, even though he did outsmart Max a little bit, again, he just loves a good fight, and he knows that he's in one here, does Max, and he's going to go for a big move himself. And there is the blood kick again, and it's a 1, it's a 2. Surely this one's over now. It is over, and he drops to his knees there, Rooten. I've not seen that before. He knows that he's been in a good big fight here tonight. Again, he's come out on top, so any fears of any losing streak starting have been put to rest straight away. But Jordan Smith has gave him all that he wanted and more tonight. And Rooten's had to dig deep in this one to pick up the win. He's got the job done though, but again, I'm sorry there, guys. What's something to keep an eye on? He's in this little group at the moment. Whether the expansion from York, expanding his stable of clients, is actually going to be detrimental to the both of them, both Rooten and Justice. And ultimately that would make it detrimental to Stephen York himself. Maybe he's got to rethink his strategy here at the moment, but he's got away with it tonight because Rooten dug deep, took everything that Jordan threw at him, and his own offense was just a little bit too much for Jordan on the night. So we end the night tonight with a very familiar sight, and that is Maximus, the Viking warrior, the savage, Mr. Destruction himself, Rooten, standing victorious over his opponent. And that, guys, is gonna have to do it for me tonight. I really hope that you've enjoyed the episode. If you have, you know what to do. But until then, I will see you all soon for the next one. Bye bye.